Welcome to the show. It's season 1, episode 3 of Staying Connected. And yeah, it's all about staying connected. As I've mentioned in the previous 2 editions of this series, the social distancing is creating isolation. And isolation's bad. I'm seeing the health ramifications of it in the office. People are really suffering with depression, with isolation, with anxiety, with frustration. And we need to get out of that. So staying connected is important. Staying physically distanced is perhaps important too. And we're going to talk about that because I pulled out a great presentation I made a few years back on boosting immunity naturally, and I thought it would be really appropriate right now. Before we go into that, though, I do need to reiterate something again. If you're working from home and you're on your laptop, which I happen to be now, get rid of it. Call up your IT department and see if you can get a full-size monitor, a full-size keyboard, a mouse. You may need a docking station. But with a full-size monitor, you can be up front. On a laptop, you have to be hunched over. If you happen to be looking at spreadsheets, you're gonna need more space anyway. So get that full-size monitor and a full-size keyboard, much better ergonomics. Yes, a chair is important. Yes, your desk height's important. However, get the right tools for the job. Laptop's great for portable work, not for 6, 8, 10 hours a day of computer work. So today we're going to talk about natural immune boosting. And you know, everybody wants to know what's the secret? What's the silver bullet, doc? What do I do to boost my immune system? Well, guess what? The silver bullet only works for werewolves. So that's about your only chance you're going to be able to use the silver bullet. So silver bullet only works for werewolves, and that's the only chance you're going to get to use it. There is no magic bullet when it comes to immune boosting. There just isn't. It gets down to lifestyle. It gets down to good choices. It gets down to really 8 or 9 things that you can do today to boost your immune system and to stay healthy, because that's what it really is all about. If your immune system is strong, you're healthier. And if you're healthier, you're going to be able to fight off any disease or infection as best that your body possibly can. So we're going to talk about simple steps to naturally boost your immunity, lifestyle changes, food, supplements, and we're going to talk about health. I want people to start focusing on health, on wellness, on being happy, and get away from sickness, get away from fear. Do you realize that the media is just feeding us fear and just feeding us sickness? Yeah, they are. Let's get away from that. We need to embrace health and wellness. So the bad news is, unless you're a werewolf, there is no silver bullet. So we're going to have to just keep that under advisement, so to speak. So we need to first look at the pharmaceutical model at dealing with immunity. And that gets down to treating a disease. We're looking to treat the disease. We're not looking to improve your health. We're not looking to improve your wellness. We're looking to treat a symptom. We're tracing the symptom. We're not tracing health. So if we're going to be chasing health, first we have to look at what health is. And don't take my word for it. Why don't you take the word for the definition of health that we find in Dorland's Medical Dictionary? That's 100% or the optimum functioning mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, not merely the absence of infirmity and disease. Oh, baby. Yeah, health is not the absence of disease and infirmity. It's 100% functioning, optimum well-being. And you can work on that. It takes effort. There is no purple pill that will give you health. Pharma wants you to believe that health comes from the purple pill, okay? And the new purple pill is going to prevent COVID. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be empowered to make those changes, okay? So it doesn't come from a pill or potion, your health. It just doesn't. And pharma keeps telling us that we need drugs to be healthy. You need to take drugs. If you don't take drugs, you're not going to be healthy. You need medications. And yes, some people need medication to be alive. I get that. And they do save a lot of lives. But there's things you can do that don't involve medication that are equally as powerful. And I want to have you start to think about maybe more powerful. So Dorland's Medical Dictionary, we talked about the definition: optimum physical, mental, and emotional well-being, not merely the absence of disease, and that goes the same for your immune system. So look at it this way. If you had a nice steak and you injected it with antibiotics, the steak would still decay, it would still rot, the bacteria would still get in there. It's not the antibiotics that make it work in your body. It's your body that works with the antibiotics. It's the life force in your body. It's your immune system that can ramp up with the antibiotics to fight off the bacteria. That's how it works. So if your immune system is strong enough, maybe you don't need the antibiotic. So let's look at what you need to do. First and foremost is rest. And we're going to be hearing that all day long. First and foremost. But rest is really important. Sleep. You need 6 to 8 hours of sleep, solid 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Teenagers might need 10 hours of sleep. So if you have kids, get them to bed early, get their phones away. Good sleep hygiene. Watch my presentation on sleep hygiene. Very, very important. Got to get good quality sleep. It's just not hours of sleep. Sleep will help your body heal. When you sleep is when your body recovers. It's when it rejuvenates. It's when it heals. If you don't get sleep, it won't heal. In fact, research has shown that as you get sleep deprived, mental function decays, weight gain increases, emotional imbalances create, and it throws off your energy level, what's called your hypothalamic pituitary axis. We talked about that in the stress video. So it gives you anxiety when you don't get enough sleep. You get irritable. Get enough rest, and it's got to be high quality sleep. So start with good sleep hygiene, getting to bed on time, getting up on time, avoiding stimulants, avoiding alcohol, and really getting into a nice deep quality sleep. And there are supplements that you may need for it. Beyond the topic for today, the topic for today and boosting your immune system is getting enough rest. That's the key. All right. So after getting enough rest, we want to move on to something that's really important as well, and that's going to be getting enough exercise. And that's not hard exercise. It's moderate exercise. We have a minimum recommendation in the healthcare profession of 30 minutes 3 times a week, 90 minutes a week of moderate cardio. That most recently has been increased really to 120 minutes minimum with a goal of 150 minutes of cardiovascular activity a week. That should be moderate, doesn't have to be hard. In fact, hard, strenuous workouts can lower your immune system. They also bang up your gut, your intestines. They give you what's called leaky gut. So moderate cardio is great. Flexibility is important. Breathing exercises are huge. Deep breathing, oxygenate your blood. That helps keep your body healthy, all right? So those are all things you can do in terms of exercise. Strength training's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, you have to balance strength training and resistance and cardio. The bottom line is moderate when it comes to boosting immunity is the way to go, all right? Cardio's king, moderate level of intensity, and consistency. You need to be consistent, all right? So missing a day here, missing a day there, no big deal. It's when you start to miss a couple of days and it goes into a couple of weeks, that's when we have a problem. If you missed a couple of weeks, just start again. Every day, start again, but don't go back to your previous level. Build back up into it. And again, you need to remember that strenuous exercises can actually lower your immune system. So you can work out hard, but not every workout. You need those recovery workouts. You don't have to take a day off. You can go light. You can do LSD, man. Long, slow distance cardio. Great for your immune system and your cardiovascular health, and it'll help you sleep better. So exercise is real important. You know, it's the COVID time. So everybody's talking about good hygiene. Wash your hands. Keep your grubby hands away from your face. If you are sick, wear a mask to prevent your germs from getting at other people. If you're wearing a mask, it's got to be clean. If it's a dirty mask, you're just breathing in all sorts of junk. But I got news for you. Unless the mask is sealed and it has a high level of filter, all sorts of stuff is getting in there anyway. So it might give you some emotional security, which is good, But on the other hand, masks aren't all that great unless you're using a surgical mask all the time, or unless you're sick and you're preventing your germs from getting to somebody else. And also, think about this with a mask. When do you see people wearing masks other than now? When you're getting robbed, right? So the emotional impact of wearing a mask is very abrasive on our psyche. It really is. So, smile under your masks, and I would wear it as little as possible, especially if you're outside exercising. COVID's not going to fly around in the air, all right? Get some fresh air. You need that oxygen and you need that sunshine. Wash your hands well, but hand soap is great. Alcohol-based is great for bacteria. Does kill some viruses, all right? 70% alcohol minimum for most viruses. But antibacterial creams, antibacterial soaps, if they don't have that level of alcohol, they're not going to kill viruses. They're only going to kill bacteria. So an antibacterial lotion that may not have 70% or more alcohol in it, it's not going to kill the virus. It's just going to kill bacteria. But there's bacteria that lives in our skin. We have a microbiome, a layer of bacteria that lives on our skin that keeps it healthy. So you don't want to always kill bacteria. Our gut's full of good and bad bacteria. It's that balance that keeps us healthy, gives our good digestion. So just staying away from all germs is not a good idea. In fact, they've done studies and they've shown that children that are in a rural environment, that play outside, get dirty, are healthier than kids that live in an urban environment that never get into the dirt. Why? Because they're never exposed to any germs. They're exposed to less germs. So keep that in the thought if you're using that antibacterial lotion all the time. It has a place. Hand washing has a place. You want to use good hygiene. However, it's part of a lifestyle. We're going to get into the rest of that because this is huge. Visceral fat. Now, visceral fat, if you look on the picture here, is below your tummy. Below your muscles. It's around your organs. You have skin, you have superficial fat, you have muscle, then you have your organs. If you have fat around your organs, that's called visceral fat. That is directly related to inflammation and lowered immunity. All right? So if you get that, and that's usually those people that have those hard bellies, those jolly bellies, soft, that's usually superficial fat. The visceral fat's kind of hard when you touch it. But you got to get rid of that visceral fat. You got to lose it, and it's hard to lose. You need your cardio, and those people do need little episodes of high-level cardio, intervals, to break down that visceral fat. So lose it, all right, because it will make you inflamed, which drives disease and lowers immunity. So foods, now I said rest is probably one of the most important things, and it is. But guess what? You have to eat, and foods are a drug. Foods have chemicals in them. They have nutrients in them. That impacts your metabolism. We want to boost your immunity, so if you got to eat, you might as well eat foods that have lots of immune boosting properties. Things that are high in antioxidants. Colored fruits and vegetables are high in antioxidants. Great for immunity, all right? Fruits, vegetables, great for boosting immunity. Vegetables are where you get a lot of your minerals from, so do that. Medicinal mushrooms, maitake mushrooms, are very good for boosting immunity. Been used in Japan for centuries. So there's a lot you can do. Protein, fish, chicken, lean meat. And it sounds just like a healthy diet, right? Exactly. It's a healthy diet. What don't you have? White sugar, white flour, because bacteria like those simple sugars. They feed off of it. Viruses, by the way, live in our cells. So if our cells are healthier, the viruses can't get into our cells. Omega-3 fatty acids will strengthen the membrane of our cells. Fish oils, so they're good. So things that have lots of omega-3s, which are vegetation, grass-fed beef, and fish that are wild caught. All things you can do to boost your immune system with foods. And then there's great herbs. All right, we'll talk about herbs in a second. All right, but foods are a drug. All right, vegetables, mushrooms, herbs, and fruits. So herbs, ginger, turmeric, rosemary, boswellia, oil of oregano is great. You got a sore throat, oil of oregano will kill anything. Super strong, be ready, but it'll kill it. All right, it's one of my go-tos for a sore throat. Again, highly colored fruits and vegetables, really high in antioxidants, and you can take supplements, but you got to remember, supplements are just that. If you're eating crappy, don't think you can take a supplement and make up the difference. It doesn't work that way. If you eat well, you use the supplements to reinforce any deficiencies or some certain needs that you have. Maybe your body doesn't metabolize B vitamins really well. You need a methylation supplement. Maybe you don't absorb fats very well. Well, you need a supplement that helps increase your fat absorption. So supplements are just that. Okay, you don't eat a lot of vegetables, so you gotta take supplements that are green and have vegetable extracts in them, but get used to eating vegetables. Your mother was right. And again, just taking vitamins is not enough. Your diet is the bottom line. No fried foods, by the way. Just drive inflammation, and inflammation drives sickness and disease, lowers your immunity. Yeah, and that's what we just talked about. Minimal alcohol. Studies have shown some red wine is okay, some dark beer is okay. 1-2 a day, not a six-pack, not a full bottle of wine a day, all right? Although the French may choose to disagree. They call it the French paradox. Drinking red wine lowers heart disease. But it's their lifestyle. They walk. They don't have fried foods. Their portion sizes are smaller, right? You go to a French restaurant, you order a meal, and its portion size is, less than the size of your fish. Yeah, that's why they're healthy, and then they walk a lot. So, although now they're eating like everybody else, the Americans, and they're getting sick. Apple cider vinegar, been around a long time. Goes both sides, but we've used it in the office. I highly recommend it. Dr. Jaffe wrote the book on it originally, probably about 40 years ago. It's a great immune booster. It makes your body a little more alkaline, and an alkaline environment is better off to fight off disease and infection. That's the topic of a whole nother lecture we can give. How much? A couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with a tablespoon of honey and a glass of water. Drink it alone, or if you put it with your water, you can drink it with your meal and it'll help digestion, especially if it's a fatty food, because it's a good emulsifier of fats. So we talked about antioxidants in your green leafy vegetables. If you want to supplement your diet to get more, vitamin C, D, and A are really good for immune boosting. C is an antioxidant. Vitamin D is an immune booster. Vitamin A is an immune booster. They're really not as strong as antioxidants. Zinc and selenium are really good as antioxidants. In fact, when the COVID situation hit 3 weeks into it, I couldn't order any vitamin C or any zinc. All my suppliers were all out. It's amazing. Vitamin D, however, is the biggest bang for your buck in boosting your immune system, so get some vitamin D. Vitamin A is also very good. However, you have to be careful. If you're taking real vitamin A, keep it under 10,000 IUs. If you're getting the precursor to vitamin A, beta carotene, you can go over more, all right? So watch that. Quercetin, great antioxidant, and grapeseed extract, great antioxidant. So all really good to use. Anybody remember cod liver oil? Tastes awful. I can't take it, but it was great. My mother had a tablespoon of cod liver oil every day as a kid for breakfast, and it helped their immunity. It's high in vitamin A, it's high in vitamin D, and it's got fish oil in it. There you go. 3 things that you need to do. So if you're not taking cod liver oil, get the vitamin A, get the vitamin D, and take some fish oil. Herbs, the leaders for immunity are echinacea, astragalus, golden seal, and elderberry. Elderberry, again, is good for the throat. Research has shown it's very good for flu-like symptoms, upper respiratory symptoms. Some studies recommend that you cycle on and off the golden seal and the echinacea, so it goes both ways. So 3 months on, 1 month off, something like that. I haven't seen significant issues with it in my office. However, most of my patients do use it, on an as-needed basis. But if you're taking it all the time, you may want to cycle off periodically. That's the echinacea and the golden seal. Oil of oregano we talked about, rosemary, garlic, turmeric, ginger. Put them in your diet. You can take them as supplements. Olive leaf extract, great immune booster. Grapefruit seed. Now, grapeseed extract is an antioxidant. Grapefruit seed extract is also excellent to boost your immune system. Olive leaf and grapefruit seed and even tea tree oil are often used for candida, overgrowth in the gut. So is oil of oregano. So lots of immune boosting properties with those herbs. Medicinal mushrooms, we talked about it already. Maitake extract, I use it all the time. In fact, I take this every day as my personal immune booster. Shiitake extract you can also get. By the way, the medicinal properties in maitake and shiitake mushrooms are heat stable. So if you cook with those mushrooms, you still get the medicinal effect. The problem is you don't know how much of the medicinal effect you're getting. So definitely eat them. However, if you want to use them as an immune boosting property, take them as a supplement. And this product here, Empower, something I've also recommended for years, is AHCT, active hexose glucose polymers. It's beta-glucan. All of these are beta-glucan. It's also several medicinal mushrooms combined together. Very good as an immune booster. They're called beta-glucans today, so any supplement that has beta-glucans will be an immune booster. Oh, this is just a study I put up. I wanted just to see that they did an effect of maitake with cancer patients, and chemotherapy in maitake had significantly better than just maitake alone. So it impacts the benefit of chemotherapy. So this was on breast cancer patients and bladder cancer patients. You know, other things we've come up with that's a little more Western and from the maitake and shiitake mushrooms. Bioactive whey protein is a product that's come out more recently that's a good immune booster. Something called fermented wheat gluten is another one. Are they going to stand the test of time? We'll find out. These are more recent products that have come out on the market. And there's also extracts of eggs that have been found that have a similar formulation as those beta-glucans. So there's lots of immune boosters out there. Talk to your doc about what might be best for you. But where does it all start? Rest, healthy diet, healthy thoughts. Stay away from the media and the fear-mongering and think health. Optimum physical, mental, and emotional well-being, stimulating your body to function better. And that's where chiropractic comes in. We're the lifestyle docs. This is what we do. We stimulate your body to heal better. And if the guy's sharp, your doc's sharp, he's going to work with the medical doctors in the community when you need medication. And then you have the best of both worlds. You know, it's the misuse and the abuse of medication that ran into the opioid crisis. That's the problem. Everything's got a place. So the bottom line, you can boost your immune system naturally if you take the effort, and if you look at your lifestyle choices, and if you get enough sleep, and if you get enough exercise, and if you take the right supplements if you need them, all right? And you have a good, healthy mental outlook. And if you are focused on health and not disease. So stay away from the disease mongers. Lifestyle changes, eating right and supplementing your diet where it's deficient is important. Supplements are great, but the most expensive supplement is the one you don't need. Only 25% of people talk to their doc about their supplements. And if your doc doesn't know about supplements, well, find someone who does. But get the right people on your healthcare team to get you where you want to be. Chiropractic doc, acupuncturist, massage therapist, medical doctor. Get them all on your team. Maybe you need a physical therapist. Get them all on your team. Maybe you need a personal trainer. Get them on your team. Take charge of your health, because if you don't do it, no one else is going to do it for you. All right? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We have a quick post, and guess what? There is a silver bullet, but this is the only one that's out there. All right? The Coors Light silver bullet is the only silver bullet. When it comes to immunity, no, sorry, no purple pill here. But an occasional Coors Light, I'm not going to jump up and down, yell, and scream, but if you're drinking a six-pack, no. But foods that are bitter have more antioxidants in general, so embrace those bitter foods. So again, thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate you tuning in, staying connected with me, and we look forward to seeing you on the next post. Have a great day. I'm Dr. Donald DeFabio.